Hello. So today, what I would like you to do is take a look at something that's famous about Arkansas, and one of their stories, or one of our stories, is the Arkansas Traveler. And it's a story, it's a song, it's a painting, and it also symbolizes, or has come to symbolize, a characteristic of Arkansans, perhaps, and maybe not in a most positive way. And I think you might see that as you work through the conversation and the songs as we go through this. So your task is to read the conversation, which is here. It should pop up. Listen to the tune and watch the videos. So the conversation, and after you accomplish this, you will answer a question at the end. All right. Let's see. So let's take a look at the conversation really quick. So the conversation is between the Arkansas traveler and the squatter that he meets along the way. Now, technically, this Arkansas traveler is he's from Arkansas, but he got lost in the backwoods, and so he meets the squatter. And as you recall, a squatter is someone who is illegally living on someone else's land. All right. So if a stranger comes up to you and you are a squatter, you may not trust that person. Okay, and so the conversation between this lost traveler and the squatter um, shows that a little bit. Okay, so we've got the traveler, and when you read this, teacher, start the interruption. So as you read through the conversation, it's written in the way that they would have spoken, I think. So, like, hello, stranger. Hello, yourself. Can I get to stay all night with you? No, sir, you can't get to. And so, as the conversation goes through, the traveler is going to ask a question, but the squatter is going to answer it to actually not answer it. For example, the traveler says, "Have you any spirits here?" And what he's referring to is actually something to drink, specifically something with alcohol in it. So he goes, and the squatter says, "Lots of them. Sal," his wife, "seen one last night, but that by that our old holler gum, and it nearly scared her to death." Well, the squatter is not talking about alcohol, he's talking about ghosts. Okay, so he evades the question here with a different answer. So the traveler goes on and says, "You mistake my meaning. Have you any liquor?" And the squatter said, "Had some yesterday, but old Bose," their dog, "he got in and lapped all of it up out of the pot." And so it continues. Okay. And as you continue, he's still there, he's being kind of sneaky, the squatter is. And so he continues and continues, and he's asking for directions. And then until he gets here, the traveler says, "I'm sorry your whiskey's all gone, but my friend, why don't you play the balance of that tune?" And the squatter says, "It's got no balance to it." And the traveler says, "I mean, you don't play the whole of it." And the squatter says, "Stranger, can you play the fiddle?" And the traveler says, "Yes, a little sometimes." And the squatter says, "You don't look like a fiddler, but if you think you can play any more onto that there tune, you can just try it." And so the traveler does. And that's when the squatter actually turns his or changes his mind about the traveler. And this tells you that the squatter is actually extremely smart and has all the answers to the questions that the traveler has asked. Um, so if you listen and read very carefully, you will find out he's very funny and very helpful once the traveler can finish the tune. Okay, so this is the story for the conversation. So maybe 5 minutes. Yeah. So the conversation or the story turned into a song. So this, which you actually may have heard of, and Pete Seeger is a banjo player, and he acts out the conversation while playing the banjo. So it's turned from the fiddle to the banjo. But if you click on this and watch the video, this is the fiddle playing at its best. She is very good. So take a look at this. And the question is, do you recognize the tune? Some people have, and some people haven't. This next video here is actually taken from Looney Tunes, if you've ever watched Looney Tunes. And the tune is in this particular cartoon. But I think the meaning has changed, and it is used to create a character that may or may not be all that bright. And you'll see that when you watch it. The next thing that I want you to take a look at is one of the products of the Arkansas Traveler conversation and story. It was a painting that was, I think, painted in 1870 by a guy named Washburn, and it became very famous. And click to enable. Okay, good. Allow it. And it was all over the United States. So let's take a look at the painting, and it's interactive. This exhibit. Okay, well, here we go. This exhibit is by the Historic Arkansas Museum, and there's a lot of actually information about the Arkansas Traveler. But this one is really fun to look at. It says, every picture, photograph, and painting tells a story. To learn more about Edward Payson Washburn's Arkansas Traveler painting, explore the image with your mouse to reveal details. By looking closely at the items Washburn included, we can learn something about everyday life in Arkansas. So you continue in here, and as you scroll over, little boxes will pop up that you can read and learn a little more. Okay. And if you choose to, you can go back to the Arkansas Traveler before the interactive painting and explore a little more. It's got a little bit of the backstory about the dialogue, the picture, the tune, and as an outsider, it actually got on stage. So this is actually fun information about Arkansas and how the story has changed, and the perspective of Arkansans has changed because of this particular song and painting. All right, so definitely explore this. All right, so here is where your assignment is. Okay, and where the question is. Okay, well, let me explain. So it says, after you go through the videos and the interactive painting, what observations have you made about the Arkansas Traveler? And then answer the following question using the online text box. So when you get there, you just click on Add Submission, and an online text box should open for you. So here it is. How was the tune and painting used over time? In other words, what did the tune and the painting come to symbolize? Explain using examples from the videos and the painting. So your response should be 4 sentences long. The first sentence should be your main idea, meaning I want you to rewrite the question into a statement. And I've actually helped you do this. So here's what your main idea could start. The Arkansas Traveler tune and painting over time came to symbolize, and then put your thoughts here. That's your main idea. And the rest of your sentences should be examples from using the videos and the painting to show what you said here. For example, in the first video, and you might want to describe which video you're talking about, it shows da 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 da. Okay. So hopefully you can find 3 examples of your main idea. So what it has come to symbolize. So this is a little bit deep thinking. All right. So if you have any questions about this, let's see, the due date says tomorrow, but I'm going to make it actually on Monday. Okay, so I'm going to change this to, what is that? The 9th. Okay, so there you go. So that should say 9 at this point when you're watching the video and looking at it. Okay, Email me and message me if you have any questions. Tomorrow I'll have a Google Meet link for Virtual Friday all day. Okay, I may be in a meeting at one point, but I'll tell you. All right. Okay, that's it. Done.